Hello guys, in today's episode of Sakpa Food, I prepared okra soup. Those are my proteins on the floor, my chopped okra, my pomo, then my oziza leaves, stockfish, and some fish I saw in the market that I bought. These are my locust beans too. Some people were of the opinion that I was not the one that prepared the last meal, that I was a liar. I had to show myself putting some ingredients in the pot. You people will see a lot of my face today. So after I added those ingredients, I added my salt and I stirred it, added my salt and my stockfish and that particular river fish I saw in the market, and I stirred it, I covered it and I allowed it to cook for about 40 minutes to allow the ingredients marinate with the proteins in the pot. After which I had to turn the camera back to my face because I want you guys to see my face again. I added my pepper and my crayfish seasoning. Most people don't like crayfish in their draw soup because they feel like the crayfish limits how draw the soup is going to be. But I don't care. I love crayfish, so I had to add enough crayfish as possible in the soup, in the meat seasoning. So I allowed it to boil for a while. Then I opened it again. Voila! The aroma is to die for. The aroma is to die for. This is my ogbono mixed with oil, so I had to turn it into the pot. I made sure that every bit of it entered the pot. Every bit of it. Oil is expensive these days, so is ogbono. If I told you how much ogbono is in that plate, you will be very shocked. I stirred it for quite a while. After stirring for quite a while, I had to cover it and allow it boil to bring out the drawness. I don't want to call it slimy, but you know what I mean. I had to bring out the drawness of it. You can see how draw it is. Guys, the aroma of this coming from this pot is to die for. The aroma coming from this pot is to die for. Then I added my locust beans, this special traditional ingredient that most of you don't even know about. I added it to the soup and it brought everything to life. You can see how I was stirring it and everything. Some people will start eating like this, but not me. There are still more to be added. This is my okra, the magic ingredient. This is where it came in. I had to turn in my okra. You can see what I'm doing now. These stuff are really expensive, so I had to make sure every bit of it entered into the pot. After adding my okra, I turned. It was really thick. You can see how thick it is. I can barely even move the spoon in the pot with all the obstacles in the pot, with all the meat, the pomo, the stockfish, the dry fish, the river fish, and everything. Then I had to allow that pot to cook for a little while so I can slice my oziza leaf. In the first video, you saw that it was not sliced, so I had to slide it. Then I opened it again. By this time, the meat and the seasoning has all marinated into the soup. They've all marinated. It is still thick. I had to add my sliced oziza leaves so that I sliced it myself. I do all this stuff myself. I had to slice my oziza leaf and added it to the pot. It was still thick. But should I have allowed it being this thick? I said no to myself. Then I brought in a little bit of water to make everything soft, to just make everything look well. Stirring food is something that takes a little bit of skill. You don't just stir food. There's particular ways you stir some types of food to allow everything come together in one piece. After I did that, I had to. You can see my water. You see my water. I told you before that I added water to it. So I had to stir again. This is where the bulk of the work comes in. Stirring this food to allow everything mix together and marinate. When I was done stirring, I took the camera a little bit to my face. Then back to the pot. You can see everything coming to life. Everything is making sense now, right? Everything is making sense. The locust beans, the pomo, the stockfish, the soup, the ogbono soup. Then I had to taste it. What just entered my mind after tasting was sharp. It was just sharp. It just entered my head sharp. That's to show you that this is the soup that you taste and taste no more. Now, this is the finished product. I want you to tell me how much you used to prepare this soup. Because if I call the amount of money, many people will call me a liar. If I told you that I used 2,000 to prepare this soup now, you'll call me a liar. But just know that this is a sakpa soup. Thank you.